Hi there, I'm Justin Pritchard, and today it's one of the freshest new luxury crossovers on the market. This is the all-new Infiniti QX50. New vehicles like this usually have one big story behind them about some new feature or defining attribute or technology that helps them make a splash. Here there are a few big stories, and that's understandable given that this is a long-awaited entry to the luxury crossover game and that it will face lots of well-established competition. I'm liking the look too, quietly upscale and definitely premium, but not so much that it looks like it was attacked by a bedazzler full of chrome, or like something you'd need to be HGTV rich to drive. Like all of its competitors, QX50 has 5 seats, good cargo space, lots of safety and tech and luxury, and all-wheel drive. On the surface, it's not dramatically different from any of the other dozen or more competitors that you might cross-shop. So for this video, I'll focus on those big stories and what helps make this QX50 different and unique, and I'll look at the areas you'll likely find the most compelling. So big story number one is under the hood, and this is Infiniti's new VCTurbo engine, a 2-liter, 268 horsepower 4-cylinder, which is the world's first production engine that can alter its compression ratio. Now this is a holy grail of flexibility when it comes to efficient and compromise-free performance, and it's here now first. In oversimplified terms, this engine can instantly alter the travel length or stroke of the pistons within their cylinders. In every other engine, the stroke, and therefore the compression ratio, is fixed. But here, on a whim, it can move from an 8:1 to a 14:1 compression ratio, and that's to give you pleasing performance and really good mileage. You don't hear or feel anything different from the driver's seat, and if you want full power and a fuel bill like a hybrid or diesel from a fairly conventional gas engine, you'll want to try this out. The other big story is on the safety front. This button turns on the ProPilot assist system, which uses a networked array of cameras and radar and sensors that let the QX50 analyze and understand its surroundings. Using gathered data, QX50 can slow you down, speed you up, steer, warn of cars in your blind spot, stop you from backing into a car or person while you reverse, keep you from leaving your lane accidentally, and more. It's not intended to be autonomous. That's not what Infiniti figures their shoppers want. Instead, it works with your safe and attentive driving for another layer of peace of mind. You're still in control, but this just helps ensure the vehicle responds the way that you would tell it to at all times. Turn it on and the steering even stiffens up dramatically in your hands, encouraging you to let the system do most of the work for you. The radar cruise actively maintains a safe following distance in changing traffic, and the systems mostly do their work in smooth and seamless and natural fashion, feeling like they're working with you, not for you. Except for the automatic high beams, which sometimes failed to turn on or off when I'd like and blinded a few oncoming motorists. Work them manually, and the performance is fantastic. These are easily among the best headlights I've recently used. Out back, the cargo hold is bigger and lower than you think. No problem to load your gear in and out, and there's easy access to the folding seats, though these need a bit of muscle to work, and there's also a power tailgate. Fun fact, this is about the largest cargo hold in the QX50 segment. No problem fitting 2 average-sized adults in the rear seats either. Up front there's room to spare, plenty of storage, and plenty of tactile and touchscreen controls for easy access to a multitude of functions once you've gotten comfortable with where everything is. And with aluminum and an extra helping of stitching and a pleasingly abundant use of suede and upscale trimmings to make it all feel rich and sophisticated, this cabin impresses. It's not shouty or over the top, but it does have some delightful touches that help make it look and feel that little bit more expensive. You're nicely informed by the cluster-mounted driver computer, this vivid heads-up display that projects onto the windscreen, and the 2 central screens stacked over top of each other, which I find weird looking, and the top screen is dated and the graphics look like something from 2008, but you'll get used to it. And don't miss the big sunroof, the punchy 16-speaker Bose Performance Series stereo, or the climate-controlled seats. There's also a drive mode selector. Toggle the modes to trigger various changes to the QX50 systems that tweak the feel and response of the vehicle for standard driving, extra sporty driving, or extra economical driving. The ride is semi-sporty, mostly comfortable, a touch on the athletic side, and never feels like a big soggy tarmac waffle or a harsh and stiff sports car. It's largely firm and dense on rougher in-town roads without typically crashing into bumps, and all said, it's a comfy cruiser with a bit of extra sportiness dialed in for good measure, but not too much. Really, it rides in the middle ground between sporty and squishy. Steering and brake feel are unremarkable. Both of these systems perform well enough, and the brakes do get the QX50 stopped in quick order with minimal fuss. In all, this feels built to wow more for the looks and cabin and tech than the way it feels and responds at the tips of your fingers and toes. Performance is pleasing overall. This very special engine ensures you've got good throttle response virtually everywhere, though you'll need a big stomp on the gas to get things firing along urgently, where it sounds pure four-cylinder, but it is a smooth sound and operates with refinement, even pushed. Drive gently and you hardly hear or feel a thing. The continually variable transmission, or CVT, backs that up. Drive gently and it's invisible. You don't even know that it's doing anything, and there's no shifting, so it's as smooth as glass. But what about in sportier driving?
Well, many driving enthusiasts find the CVT to be sort of a dirty word, but this one is excellent, and mainly that's because when you drive it hard, it feels exactly like a really fast shifting automatic or a dual clutch gearbox with very impressive responsiveness. Drive gently and you don't notice a thing. Drive hard and it puts on a heck of a show. Simply, this is probably the best CVT going right now. You benefit from all of the refinement and fuel savings, and the performance is all there too. And if you're dead set against this type of transmission, and some folks are, be sure to try this one out. I promise you'll be impressed.
After a week, I found the QX50's weird central dual-screen display to dull the appeal a little, though a pleasing cabin, excellent headlights, and a fantastic driveline that's punchy, smooth, and very responsive, while also being very good on fuel were easy to appreciate. In fact, with my test average landing at just 9.4 liters per 100 clicks of premium unleaded, you're in the same fuel consumption ballpark as a much less powerful crossover, so the technology works. All said, here's a great sign of where things are going. Shoppers are demanding higher efficiency, higher levels of safety and confidence, and minimal compromise. And that's just what this QX50 delivers, with pricing from the mid-40s.